Boy, the Queen's Crown tournament sure is off to a snoring start, isn't it? I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Smackdown from San Jose, California, the season premiere for a show that never takes a week off. So I don't know how the fuck you're going to be able to do a season premiere, but maybe Fox is like, hey, we paid over $1 billion over 5 years for this goddamn show, so damn it, we want you to call it a season premiere. So Vince is like, ha, we're going to call it a season premiere. It's such good shit. I'm a genius. Bruce, tell him I'm a genius. Yeah, he's a genius. He's a genius. Because Paul Bosch's ghost is staring right over Bruce Pritchard's shoulder, just waiting to tap him and say, hey, come back, come to the dark side. Yes. Actually, Paul Bosch didn't sound anything like that. No, I don't know what I'm on about. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. This show wasn't very good. There were a couple good moments, but mostly this show just reminded me that they really don't give a shit about a lot of the women's division. I really don't understand what they're doing with this Queen's Crown tournament so far. It was a good idea in theory, and I figured they might screw it up. I just didn't think they were going to screw it up on the first night. So anyway, we're right into Bianca arriving while Sonya and Pierce are in the ring, and Sonya's dressed like Beetlejuice, so okay. Hey, maybe somebody could say, Sonya 3 times, and you know what could happen? Maybe she could get a fucking apology from the person on The Bump that brought up that whole thing. Hey, Sonya, what would you do if you had to deal with a home invasion storyline? Forgetting there was a goddamn real-life situation that happened that led to Sonya taking some goddamn time off. Good job there understanding that, you fuck nugget. So anyway, Sonya was just standing there along with Pierce, and Sasha was just dancing on the announcer's table for some reason, and Becky decided to just have her own goddamn table in the entranceway. Okay, whatever. There was a whole lot of shouting, and I understand what they were trying to do here, and all three of these women can cut good promos. Becky can cut good promos. Bianca, even though sometimes it seems a little bit stagey because of the material, she delivers things well. She's charismatic. Sasha, despite the fact that maybe she's been hit in the head a few too many times and has some questionable opinions on things, if you know what I mean, maybe it's her weed. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like a sentient being. It's like a symbiote. It's like the Carnage symbiote. No, it's nothing like that. Which, by the way, I have not seen Venom Let There Be Carnage, but apparently it's good. It's expedient, but good. Expedient.com. This review is going to be ridiculous because why the fuck should I take any of this show seriously outside of like one segment? So, I did like how Becky called her a disco ball looking fool, even though she kind of stumbled a little bit to get to that. And then the promos finally broke down to where they all started fighting and everything, and pretty much like all of my fantasies, it ends in a 3-way with me on the outside looking in. And also always delete your search history. By the way, I did like, though, the double KOD through the table. And it ends with Bianca making sure that Becky tops Sasha on camera. And I always love seeing that. So, moving hastily on from an image that I probably gave to you all that you probably all love or hate or feel indifferent to. However you are, I'm not here to kink shame much. That was fine, though. That was a fine ending. Kayla, I love how she's almost as tall as Ray. It's fucking hilarious. And Ray knocks Sammy. And Dominic's there and everything. And Dominic, maybe he's starting to be torn between Rey Mysterio and Sami Zayn and doing all this and everything. Like, what's going to happen? Should Dominic stay or should he Mysterio? So he says he's going to stay in the back. And then Sami tells Dominic, hey, you're better than your father. His father's been dead since November of 2005. Eddie, god damn it, it's been almost 16 years. I'm sad now. So Sami Zayn versus Rey, King of the Ring quarterfinal match. It wasn't bad to start hot, and then Zayn just, laying out Rey. Dominic comes out and checks on him or whatever thing. Ray was just laying still. I was afraid. I was like, Ray, like, poke him with a stick. You gotta poke him with a stick. I don't want to go to school today. So anyway, the crowd was into it. Nice blue thunder bomb. Dominic's watching, and Dominic sees Sami Zayn take off the turnbuckle pad. He's like, you can't do that. I'm going to put the turnbuckle pad on. And Zayn's like, what are you doing? And then Ray's like, hey, what are you doing? Because the referee's even looking like, you're not part of the ring crew. Quit doing that. I probably should disqualify. I can't really disqualify you, but stop doing that. This is a really awkward spot. Somebody do something. So then Ray gets knocked into Dominic, and then the most devastating maneuver in all professional wrestling, the surprise roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Hooray! First King of the Ring match is a goddamn roll-up. Seriously, why even hit your finisher? Why do anything? Just go for a roll-up in within 30 seconds. It wins like 80% of the time, 100% of the time. It's as good as Steiner math. Actually, that's unfair. Nothing is as good as Steiner math. But Piper Valentine, is it as good as Mysterio math, if you happen to be watching this? Only her and I will get that. So, It was what it was. Hit Row is coming soon. Thanks for the fucking warning. I don't need to see not PN news on my television screen. So recaps of the Rollins Edge thing and the stupid, home invasion. And, if Rollins had invaded the Benoit household, it wouldn't have ended so well. It would have been another Canadian wrestler invading his house and everything. And I'm going to keep saying that because whatever, I don't give a shit. Hey, Edge and Benoit have similarities. They have main evented WrestleMania, and they both won the Royal Rumble from the #1 position. And they're both Canadian. And they're both fathers. So Edge is a better father. So Rollins is in a zebra head suit because he is the man of the year. Wait, that's the other channel. And he wants an answer from Edge. And that's pretty much it right there. There really isn't all that much. Rollins' promos at times amuse me. And then other times, I just don't care. I just don't give a shit. I've kind of tuned out of a lot of things that Seth Rollins has done. Though he is incredible in the ring. Zelina says that once she wins the Queen's Crown tournament, she's going to want everybody to fist her ring. I think I heard that right. Here's my question. Is she going to need a step stool to get up onto that throne? So she takes on Toni Storm. It took me longer to talk about, or to make some dirty jokes, than it took for the entrances for this, and for Zelina to beat Toni Storm in about 2.5, 3 minutes, something like that. Queen's Crown quarterfinal. And look, I like Toni. I don't mind that Zelina won, but it's like this is finally a time where they're bringing Toni on for something prominent, and they have Toni win, or they had Toni lose quickly. Not even like, oh, it's a competitive 8-minute match and Zelina wins. That would have been fine, but it was so goddamn quick. Congratulations to Toni and Juice Robinson on their engagement and everything, and who knows, maybe Toni's just going to say, fuck this place, I'll leave and go somewhere else. Toni's great. By the way, she referenced Joan Jett in a pre-tape promo, and that reminded me of seeing Joan Jett and Hart at the Tacoma Dome, which if you've ever been to Tacoma Dome, it's great to see concerts there, except it's a fucking dive. It's in the middle of a goddamn cesspool named Tacoma, and the parking's ass and everything. And oh yeah, it's fucking Tacoma. Hart and Joan Jett were great though. Elle King was the opening act. Enough about what was your favorite concert? Let me know that. So, we get recaps, and by the way, I was perfectly fine while Toni Storm was in the ring. Line, I saw her, I got to meet her at one of the first indie shows I went to, sweetheart, and I'm so happy for her success. So, recaps of Roman and Brock, the new bloodline, or the new bloodline, now the bloodline comes out, the new bloodline, it's like new Coke. So, Roman says, San Jose, acknowledge my meat. Wait, I'm sorry, Noah, you stop thinking about it, I know you're thinking about it. And that, Roman's meat, by the way. And then he says, well, Heyman got, the wise man got the Usos on Smackdown to stay on Smackdown. So acknowledge him. Let's hear it for Heyman. So he says, but don't tell me about all this stuff. Heyman does this thing where Roman picks up his chin and everything. Don't look down, look at me. Telling me this. Tell me that Brock, that this whole thing with Brock making him a free agent, it's not going to affect this match or whatever. You're the wise man. You're on my side. All this. And he says, don't tell me. Tell them. Heyman just a master. Playing him like a goddamn fiddle. Playing Roman's acknowledged meat like a goddamn fiddle. I'm going to continue to make this review as uncomfortable as possible. And he just keeps doing this. And he's like, I've been called a liar, but I've never been called stupid. Why would I do this? Why would, we mention a strategy? Wouldn't the best idea to be to get, discuss this, me tell Brock and everything, and then screw you over a crown jewel? Why would we do this now? Doing all this great shit. Check out this goddamn segment. Too many good lines to really go over, but Heyman and Roman doing the masterful stuff here. Sometimes it gets stale, sometimes it's really good. This was the latter. And he's like, I want you to tell the Brock through the camera or whatever. And he says, we've had this conversation before, ending the Undertaker streak, but now you have run into Roman Reigns, somebody that is better than you, even though, Heyman was telling people for a while that Roman couldn't beat Brock. But anyway, this is not just a prediction, that's a spoiler, and you can believe that. Good ending line, good stuff. Pierce and Sonya were interrupted by Rollins, who wanted to know where Edge was. Hey, why isn't Edge here? Let him, have him come, have him get me, or better yet, give him this. It's a family photo and everything that he apparently stole when he did the lamest home invasion in a while. Seriously, it's the lamest home invasion since at least that movie I See You. If you understand that, you know what I'm fucking talking about. That movie sucked. So anyway, bedazzled carbon fiber mask was what Pat used to describe the new mask that reminds me of, and I don't, Rox, I believe you were the one that said this, that it looked like the mask that a woman wore in Batman, the original Batman. I forget the character's name, but it makes sense. Carmella versus Liv, Queen's Crown quarterfinal. Okay, Liv got buried. At least for now. It's not even just, one loss and stuff like that. Okay, Liv is going to Raw. They've done stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start here. Here's my question. And regardless of what brand somebody's going to, you couldn't have given Liv one win. Have Zelina beat her next week. That's fine. Who wants to fucking see Zelina carry Carmella? Because Carmella can't fucking do anything because Carmella's not any good in the ring. She's never been any good in the ring. She's managed to wreck a goddamn home and, get with somebody whose widow brain hurts too goddamn much. So he's got to bury Dana Brooke, or he's got to do a whole bunch of other bullshit on commentary because Corey Graves is not even what Bobby Heenan was on commentary at his, worst around 2005 when he was at TNA 2005 Turning Point. Remember that? Remember that one? Remember when he was there for a little bit and even though he was having throat cancer issues, he was still head and shoulders above most commentators, anywhere else in the goddamn world, maybe besides Mauro Ranallo and JR and Kevin Kelly. But anyway, moving on from that. Carmella isn't any good, and she beat Liv. It's not that she beat Liv that bothered me. Like, okay, again, competitive match, Tony and Zelina, fine. It was quick, it was sudden, and it was like, there was no point. Like, why treat Liv like this when Liv is better? I know my best, I know my, any favorites, or anyone I even root for, and Liv has never been my absolute favorite, but I want to see her succeed. The whole point is yes, bad guys got to win, or bad women got to win, so the good guys can, catch up and everything and beat them eventually, and apparently chop vegetables while they're doing it and everything. Bam! So they can do the Emerald. Wow, that's an old reference to a cooking show. The whole point is yes, I understand that bad people have to win, but this is already destroyed. And Shayna may end up running the whole goddamn table. Shayna may end up getting bounced in the first goddamn round. They might have Dana beat fucking Shayna. They might have Natalya win the whole goddamn thing. I like Natalya, but I mean, seriously, they might have Piper Nevin, because that's her goddamn name, win it. They kind of already destroyed. Even if Shayna wins it, is it going to fucking matter? They're going to give her a stupid crown? You should see her in a crown? Like, just goddamn it. I mean, are we just going to throw more Billie Eilish references out? And by we, I mean me. It's just, this was stupid. This was stupid. This was a stupid use of Liv. And even if Liv is never going to be a world champion, or at least a multi-time champion, I mean, fuck, they gave Carmella a Smackdown championship run for a lot longer than she fucking deserved for her goddamn lack of skills. They could give it to Liv, Raw or Smackdown, whatever. I hope that, and I think she's going to Raw. So many people were being moved around to goddamn rants. I think Liv is going to Raw. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if they're going to care about her. I hope they do, because Liv has improved. Anyway, yeah, Carmella. Let's have Carmella versus Zelina. That'll put butts in seats of their cars as they drive away from the arena. Mace, boy, this is stagey. I mean, he tried. He sounded like an anime villain, but that was about it. Corbin and Madcap Moss. Okay, and I'm out. Oh, look, Susan G. Scammon is back. Hey, I wonder if they're going to have the Warrior Foundation team up with Susan G. Scammon in WWE. You remember the Warrior Foundation? Based around the guy that also wished Bobby Heenan's cancer would take him away and everything, and making fun of him and mocking him because Bobby Heenan told the goddamn truth about the Ultimate Warrior, which, by the way, I want to say once again, fuck the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he's dead. And Dana Warrior's a goddamn conservative twat that deserves every bit of ridicule she fucking gets. Hopefully her daughters grow up to be a lot smarter than she is. Not that they'll have to try hard. They just have to get out of the little pond that, Dana's head has been living in for a goddamn while because she's so goddamn stupid. But yeah, Susan G. Scammon. Are they giving any more money to, the actual cancer research, or are they just hoarding it like they have in the past? Read up on it, folks. So anyway, happy talk with Corbin and Moss. It was supposed to have the Street Profits, rather, were supposed to be there. Owens comes out and tries to make this work, and then they hate him. If he is not checked out by this point, I don't know. And it's not like, he can't win all the time. Obviously, he's in a feud with Corbin. Corbin, who's one of my least favorite wrestlers of the year. Smooth, crisp, safe in the ring. Never had a problem with any of his matches. Character work, he's fucking abysmal. Anyway, Sonya's talking to Naomi because Naomi wants a goddamn match. She says, you're not worthy of being here. Sonya doing the Fox mandate and saying people like Naomi shouldn't be here. Fox wants to say that because Fox Aryan Nation is all over the goddamn place when it comes to these ads. So you'll have a match against me next week. Oh, Sonya's getting back in the ring. Cool. Watch Sonya have Shayna Baszler come out and take her place and beat Naomi. Watch that happen. Or watch her have somebody else come up. Watch her call somebody from NXT. Watch her just bring in somebody and have her take her place. And they say that for a pay-per-view. In fact, I think that's what's going to happen. Cesaro versus Balor, King of the Wing, King of the Wing, King of the Wing. It's new with wings. King of the Ring quarterfinal match. And it was well wrestled. I didn't care at this point. Because the last number of segments took me all the way fucking out of this goddamn thing. Like, seriously, after the Roman Heyman thing, I pretty much checked out of this goddamn show. It was well wrestled. Cesaro did stop coup de grace by fisting Finn really hard. Finster, if you will. And eventually did fall to the coup de grace 1, 2, 3. So Balor wins. Good match. Very good match. So then we get, by the way, we get Becky sign the contract, and then she hits Adam Lowe, and he wobbles to and fro. You think he had a piercing scream after the camera went off? We're covering these puns, guys. Please laugh. And then next week's Smackdown is going to be on FS1. Adjust your cocks and clocks accordingly. My cable package doesn't have FS1, SF1. Easy for me to say. It doesn't have San Francisco one either. I will look into just maybe getting a trial or something of like a streaming package, or just pay for a month's worth of something and then just cancel it, because they aren't often on FS1. In fact, pretty much unless it's the baseball playoffs, that's the only reason. So I'll look into cable packages and stuff like that and everything and just pay for it, because why not? I'll watch it live, unless it's going to be on Fox, you know, later on the West Coast feed, and then I'll just eat that, even though you can't eat TV. Let's hastily move on from the rest of this. Rollins tells Edge that, well, come on. Oh, and come on. And also he can pick the stipulation. He doesn't care. So Edge didn't show up for a while, and Rollins kept saying, come on. He's Crankor. And then Edge arrives, and then Edge-calade. Yeah, and we're trying these puns, guys. Please laugh. And he runs down everything. He's full of piss and vinegar, and at his age, he'll probably soon just be filled with vinegar. So anyway, he then spears Rollins. He gets his rod out, and Rollins doesn't want to take Edge's rod in his mouth or in any orifice. Some people do, and I'm not here to kink shame much, but nobody wants to take a Canadian man's rod, even if he's 47 years old, even if he's in shape like Edge, and a grizzled hung veteran. So he escapes, and then Edge says, Hell in a Cell. Okay, we're getting a Hell in a Cell match. Yay. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.